Alright, this video I wanted to talk about customizing the chain hook for the car. Now, I wanted to show you, this is the car that comes with the Screaming Serpent set. This is the set that comes with the chain. And the important feature that this car has that you'll need is the chain hook right here. It moves up and down, but the benefit of that is when it's going through the track, this can get pushed up when it hits the track sections. There's this little yellow piece that sticks up that this bounces off of. But when it goes forward, it has resistance. So when it's grabbing the chain and the chain is pulling this forward, it remains firm, which allows it to grab the chain and get pulled up the track. That is very important, and this is the device that you want to mimic. Now, I could remove this from the car, but you only get one of these cars with the Screaming Serpent set, and if you ever have any, plans to use this set again for just the Screaming Serpent, you won't be able to use it. So I decided I'd rather customize my own. Now this is the other car. This is what the Rip'n Rocket coaster car looks like prior to modifying it. And again, I had to use a Dremel to remove the people, the front, and the back, so that ultimately it looks like this. And again, this one was done using the bandsaw, so it's a little bit messier than when I used the Dremel on my orange car. But as you can see, there's quite a bit that you have to remove. But the key feature of this car that allows this to work with the roller coaster are these fins. These fins go through the blasters and give the car a boost as it's going around the track to maintain momentum. So this is the base that you need to use ultimately for the car, but the problem is you need to find some way of adding that chain hook in here. Now you could again take the chain hook off of the other car and mount it here, but again, I really didn't want to ruin the Screaming Serpent car because I only have one of those hooks. So what I did is I actually replicated that using sheet metal. You'll see I've got a sheet metal bar that I epoxied up here to kind of prevent it, because I found that if this kicks up too high, it doesn't come back down to grab the chain, so that kind of gives me a maximum extent. But really all this is it's a piece of sheet metal, and it's hard to see, but in here it's just a metal rod. And you could use pliers, I have some sheet bending tools next door in the wood shop, and I just essentially pinched the sheet metal around the rod, and then I just bent it at this 90-degree angle, and that works great for catching the actual chain. Now to hold it in place, I just epoxied it in some black spray painted pieces of balsa wood to kind of hide it, but I found that made a really good chain hook without having to get rid of the one on the Screaming Serpent car.